Like in West Nile, they stopped the other candidates from going to register, and they were declared unopposed, the UPC candidates. In Tororo, Changomacho, a professor, they said no, he cannot read and write, that he can't, they cancelled him. And we were begging UPC, please, please, please. They wouldn't listen. So that was the first reason, democracy. Then the second reason was security. Security, killing people, killing people, killing people, killing people. No accountability at all. Then the economy, infrastructure, education, health, all those were down. For instance, if you take like health, even by the time we came in 1986, when we launched what we were calling UNEPI. I remember I launched UNEPI, Universal National Expanded Program for Immunization. I launched it with Dr. Uganda in Entebbe. By that time, 96,000 children were dying every year from the 6 killer diseases: measles, the other one called, the 6 of them. And when we immunized, those have polio. If you look for anybody with polio now, you will not see him. If you see anybody with polio, you know that he was born during the time of UPC. That's a UPC disease, polio. And this vaccine, these vaccines were there, but so that's why these were the reasons. Therefore, when you are auditing the aims of the resistance and the achievements, please go by item. Democracy, economy, security, infrastructure, education, health. Of course, there are other things which I don't have to go into, like reputation of Uganda abroad and so on and so forth. As somebody who has been following, I think we have done well. That's why the economy has expanded. The problem of, if you say, for instance, economy, the problem is no longer the supply of goods, because there was Ebola gave into shortages. Ebola, even if you had money, you had nothing to buy. Now the problem is different. There are so many things to sell. The problem is that some people don't have enough money. And that's what we have been telling you to sort out through wealth creation. So this is number one. Therefore, I want to thank the veterans who joined us, civilian veterans, the armed veterans, to achieve this, to defeat an army of the government which had all the weapons. I thank them so much, and even those who are not here, I want their families to be saluted. Thank you so much. Now, after we won victory, we had to stabilize the country. But at the same time, I was aware in my head about the veterans' welfare, how they can recover, or even some of them start. That's why, as Kabando was saying, we started in Tandikwa. And Tandikwa was supposed to be for only the rural area. But as he says, we spread it to the whole country. Because we could see the jealous, why Ruero? We said, okay, let it go to the whole country. And because it started in 97 in Tandikwa, Samba Mugerwa was the Minister for State for Ruero. Now, it is true, originally the idea was for Ruero Triangle, but then there was jealous. People are now saying, oh, why Ruero, why not? So we said, okay, let it be for the whole country. But we did not forget Ruero. Because later on, I called a conference at Chankwanzi. 800 people came, the leaders. They came, 800. So I evolved a formula which I presented to them. The formula was the leaders, if you were a chairman or a member of the Secret Committee or the member of the elected committees which were elected later by the ones of the brother of my RDC, what was his name? Huh?
Fazale Oseguya.
The brother of Samaguzi, my former RDC.
Katamba.
Yes.
Katamba.
Perez.
Perez, yes. If you are either a member of the Secret Committee or the ones of the elected ones of the Muslim boy, the Muslim boy whom had our chair, he was fighting with Katamba, Kasozi. If you are the Kachiko of Kasozi or Katamba, you also get these leaders. If you gave a chivira, you harbored the camp. If you were a guide, like my guide from Mondlane to Semto to Makurubita. What is his name? Not Senkari. Yeah. Senkari. You get 5 million. Katugenda kuyita bakabandu abo bandage sente ezo. Bakabandu ngenda kubayita mwenna. Katonda kyandese wano. We said each one of these gets 5 million. And not only him, even his wife gets 5 million also. Because like, for instance, if you had like Chigongo, if you had like the one of Kangave, the Mzee of Kangave,
Mzee Kabugo.
Mzee Kabugo.
Yes, sir.
You would get 5 million, and his wife would get 5 million. And this was long ago. 5 million was a lot of money that time. Then, if you are a guide like Senkari, guide, the one who used to lead us, Senkari, the short man, Mutebi, was he called Mutebi? The one from Wakiso to, from Semoto to Makurubite also, the short man. Then the one who led us from Nakaziwa to Chikandwa, Bomboka. I know all those people by name. Bomboka, the one-eyed, the one with one eye. So when Bomagala kulimba mulimbe abalala mulinde mveo muje mulimbe. Because here I know everybody by name. So we said any of those leaders, member of Security Committee, member of the elected committee of Kasozi and Katamba, guide, ndo the name militia inaitwa Mtekamu. They are those who joined the militia. Each one of these gets 5 million shillings. And which year was this when we started?
209.
Yes, long ago. 20 years from now. Then we said, anybody else who was supporting, not a leader, but supporting, gets 1 million. That time,
1.5.
Huh?
1.5.
1.5. Okay. Kati mulaba akakade kyekakoze kati. Akakade okolwa leero. Kakoze ekintu ky'amaanyi. You can imagine the akakade n'ekitundu obudde obwo. This was a lot of money. I can show you Rashida. Show them Rashida of Mpigi. So they are looking for the camera. How much have we spent on that casino? Okay, Katsoge tulabe Rashida.
Amanya gange yenze namulu Rashida. Omutuuze w'ekyalo Kasaka district Butambala Bombe Town Council. Nze omu ku baasookera ddala okuganyulwa mu ssente za PDM mu sako yaffe baali bagiyita Kasaka Enterprise Group Gotire yalingi. Kakati ssente nazifuna ku simu message yajja nga nfunye 1 million. Kakati neesanyuka nnyo ne ngamba yi byaddala bino nenkubira ku chairman wa PDM. Chairman n'angamba byaddala mzee abawadde ssente. Nenziruka ku Centenary Bank nenzijjako nenfuna 9,914. Kakati nenkomawo ewaka nensooka nenkola research weewali embuzi ennungi. Ne bandagirirayo ekyalo bakiyita Mabanda kiri mu Kibibi Town Council. Nengenda nengula embuzi 3, embuzi 3 nazigula emitwalo 7,500 nengulako n'ennume. Ennume yali ntoototo kuba nalaba nga nja kugyetaaga mu maaso eyo. Ennume nenjigula emitwalo 15 nensigazaawo emitwalo 914. Nensooka nenkubako ekiyumba ekiri temporary. Kakati bwe mmala okikubako ekiri temporary nembeera n'embuzi nenzirunda. Katonda n'ayamba embuzi ne zazaala abaana 2. Kakati ozazaala abaana 2 nempeza embuzi 10. Kati olw'okuba nti embuzi zaali ziyaze nga nina obwetaavu bw'ekiyumba nentuulako embuzi 2 nazitunda emitwalo 4 nenzimbako ekiyumba kino kye mulaba mwe zibeera kati. Kakati zino era nga bwe muziraba zino zonna embuzi 3 ziri mawako. Kati nsuubira ate ofunkulizinga ennamba esinga ate ku zino. Kakati mu mbuzi muno njijjamu maniwa Manyiwa n'atuyambako nze n'omwami wange ne tuteeka mu mmwanyi emmwanyi ne
So
zinyirira era kati
you can see now Rashida got 1 million, and in no time she bought 3 goats, each one 250,000, 750,000. Then now we have not finished the story, but she already had 10 goats now. They had produced. And now, because they have got goats, they had the manure for the coffee. So yes, they 1 million. So bakabandwa millioni yange n'ekitundu ey'N2,290 njagala mundage byakola kubanga sibalambulangako the 5 million for omusajja, 5 million for omukazi. If you are a leader, kubanga twabagamba nti obukulembeze tewali wa musajja bwokka yekka. Like Mukyala Kabugo, she was like a co-leader. Mukyala Kigongo, where we had the conference. Mukyala Rulika, where yalina abakazi babiri naye the active one was the younger one. So mugende mulimba abalala. Kubanga nze situma netuukira. But I have not been following up these things of yours. I've been giving you money. How much money have we spent on that? The casino.
From Schedule 1, since 2008-9 financial year. Total is 231,628 million.
231 billion. Yes. 231 billion has been spent on that. So I need this meeting with the veterans. The committee of Jacobo, Musajja of Asimu, and then this the committee of Sedung is now old man. He doesn't follow. It is these younger ones who are following. That. So we need to this. What happened? 231 billion. How many of the 5 million were got? And how many of the 1.5? Then we didn't stop there. 2013, when I started Operation Wealth Creation, yatandikira Luwero. I told Sare, first give seedlings to the families of the veterans. So ko owereze amaka g'abalwanyi. Seedlings ez'emmwanyi, ez'ebibala, ebyamagana, first give the veterans. And he spent like a year or two doing that. So I said, abazirwanako obamazi nti mbamazi. Obatuuseko bona nti mbatuuseko. Okay, kale obaze kutuukako abazirwanako now gabira abalala. This is how I did it. So I will get Sare's list. Sare should be in that meeting. With his list. Naye ffe Abaganda tulina engero zaffe. Ffe Abaganda b'omu Lukoola. Ekitata buyima tekimumalako nti wadde ebyo byonna bibaddewo Katonda kyatuleese wano. So we are going to have a meeting and find out what happened to all this money. The 231 billion does not include the seedlings of operational wealth creation. That's separate now. Kati akasikano kabanda okayogerako tebandigenzeyo kubanga betwasooka mpozi oluvannyuma nawulirako no, but that one doesn't apply kubanga oluvannyuma bagamba nti abamu abazirwanako tebalina ttaka. Okay, oba temwalina ttaka naye wafuna akasiimo, genda okola ebirala ebiteetaaga ttaka, because the kasiimo was in cash. It was cash. The kasiimo was in cash. The seedlings were the ones you could say walina okubeera n'ettaka, but ekibanja, but the cash, you didn't have to have ekibanja. So therefore, in spite of all those efforts, we are now going to meet again, and we are not, even if the veteran died, the children are there. We shall see how to give, and I'm glad you have formed circles, and those circles should preferably not too far, because when you say where is too big. That's why I like the PDM. PDM is in a parish. So maybe the circles here could be, we shall discuss, should it be by the command areas, because we had Black Bomba, we had Mondlane, we had Nkuruma, we had Ngoma, we had Chiwanguzi. Should we follow that, or we shall see? Kubanga sagala abantu baffe bagende wala okusaka sente wala. Kiba kirungi bakolere obuweereza babugye awali okumpi. Ndina okugezako okusitula embeera y'abantu. So you can show them my kisozi. Nina amaka 2,800 naye kati wenjogerera bonna kati tulabe ekisozi. Or you don't have them?